A cycle many people go through when they have a chronic illness of any kind is pushing themselves to conform to society or their friends or family or whatever it is to act. They don't listen to themselves and their body is screaming at them. It's saying, enough is enough. I need rest. I need to stop. But we push ourselves. We keep pushing it. You know, you'll have a partner, a friend or whatever it is saying, you look fine, like, come on, you'll be all right once you get going. You just need to get started. You know, we've all heard that. And a very common theme with people with chronic illness is the inability to say yes to yourself. You're always very considerate of people around you. You're considerate of friends and family and not wanting to disappoint them or upset them. But the realization is they're not living your conscious experience. They're not living your life. They're not feeling your pain every second of every minute of every day of every month. That they go about their life. They think they're being encouraging maybe. And they might not feel anything by it, but they simply cannot understand the level of fatigue someone has when they're dealing with fibromyalgia or ME, chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue. It's all relatively coming from the same thing anyway. It's debilitating. And your body's screaming at you for you to listen. And chances are you've not been listening to your body your whole life. You know, it could have started in childhood. Your mum or dad said, oh, come on, you're going to football practice this morning, or whatever it is. You've said no to yourself. You've denied yourself what your body's wanted. And this is a lesson, a tough lesson we have to learn with healing, whatever it is. You have to say yes to yourself. You have to put yourself first. And it can be quite scary at first because your whole life, maybe you've been taught that being selfish is nasty, it's horrible, horrible trait. You should be considerate. You should put other people first. But for my personal journey, I found as soon as I started being selfish and putting myself first and doing what James wanted, that my health skyrocketed. Within a year, I was a different person. I had abs for the first time in my life. I felt great and I felt confident. And I looked back at it and I thought, wow, I said yes to myself for a year. You know, the change was miraculous. It's a very common theme and it's something you really have to examine. If you have a domineering parent that's always had you in a place and treated you like a child, even if you were in your 20s or 30s or whatever it is, they've always felt like they can boss you around or do anything. Anything that makes you uncomfortable needs to be expressed. And it's different from all of us. You know, I had a very toxic relationship in my family that was very detrimental to me. And I had to walk away from that, which was very difficult, but necessary. Understand that the person, whoever it is that you're dealing with, is not living your life. They're not living your experience. So if you're living a miserable existence, why would they care as much as you? They're not living it. It's very important. It really is important. Next time an event has been set up, or you're going to see family and friends, or whatever it is, and your body's screaming at you, no, you have to listen to your body. Building this relationship with our body signals is how we get well. Because we've been denying it for such a long time, the body has to get so loud that we have to listen. And Gabriel May talks about this. I love the guy. You have to say yes to yourself. He talks about autoimmune disease and how they're so much more prevalent in women, like lupus. And it's because the role they take on is a caregiver. They put people first. They need more sleep, but they can't because they have children, or whatever it is. They're looking after their mother, a traditional daughter looks after mum relationship, and it's very draining for them. They just keep doing it anyway, like my mum did with her mum. My mum's mum was so demeaning and toxic to her, yet my mum went above and beyond for her all the time. She took whatever my grandma would give her and come back with a smile. My mum suffers with health problems. She would get her to move close to where we lived. She would take her on holiday. She would take her out to eat if she was lonely in the week. It was constant, a constant looking after, and only a lot of disrespect coming back. No gratefulness. This is where relationships can be so much more toxic than anything else, especially if you live with a person. But start listening to your body, because it's going to guide you to where you want to be.